Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya. Sim Awesome Naya. Hope you are good. Not until there is anti-black view. Not until there is anti-black view. Some people will have to really learn some certain things, especially when they sleep in jail, like 3-4 days. Because the fact that there is no anti-black bill, they come out and spew some rhetoric and think that it's okay. I am sure you all may have seen videos about Lauren Loomer calling Jasmine Crockett what she called her, and think that is cool. We her filler chick. Nah, man, you don't try that actually, because when you talk about Jasmine Crockett, you touch so many people, and when they come out, you wouldn't like it. The fact that she said that you people are not saying the rhetoric that man pushed out, and you all are planning to make a Memorial Day special for his celebration. That is how crazy some people are. And they think it's okay. And she is trying to point out how his rhetoric was very dangerous to my people and to other people of color. And mind you, she wasn't only protecting black people. She extended hers to other people of color. And they are not saying that. In the end, they will tell us, get over it. It's been long ago. That is gaslighting 101. That is what I call it. Seeing a black beautiful woman doing her thing, how can you stand it? Let's get into this video.
Lord Loomer, you big bobblehead, don't you ever talk about my old lady like that. I know you ain't talking about nobody ghetto when you walk around looking like Jigsaw. You should not ever fix your BBL-filled lips to ever speak about Jasmine Crockett ever again a day in your life. You do not have an education. You got a head full of helium. You don't have half of the educational credentials that Jasmine Crockett got. You got a head full of helium, a heart full of hate, and a face full of BBL meat. I don't ever want to hear you talking about nobody ever again. You look like you snuck into a human body. You look like a lotus or something like that. Just something out of Gears of War just snuck up from the deep depths of hell. Like, you come out every, 17 years or something. You big caravan head cicada. I don't ever want you to talk about Jasmine Crockett ever again. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all be pissing me off. Y'all don't even look at yourself in the mirror before you start. Ain't nothing. Do you know where the term ghetto came from? It came from your heritage. Look it up.
Jasmine Crockett said this.
Laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was, specifically to us.
And apparently that pissed off the raging racists so bad that Laura Loomer had the following things to say. It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black bees who hate America serving in Congress. And there's more. Is it a black job when I expose your boss for being a racist hood rat who enjoys promoting political violence? What? And then try to mock her using this botched up AAVE. Why these be trifling? Girl, if you finna play with me, you best be ready for the truth. I be spitting on your weave. I can spit mad bars, Jasmine. Baby girl don't like the taste of her own medicine. You feels me? What? Jasmine Crockett's homeboys and homegirls are big mad I called her what she is, ghetto. I guess I finna watch my back. God forbid Shaniqua pops a cap in my ass. You feel me? And this is the exact point that Jasmine Crockett was making. By honoring Charlie Kirk, you're encouraging people to behave like this. You're encouraging outward racism. You're encouraging bigotry.
It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black B words who hate America serving in Congress. So this is acceptable. Yet we're being told that service members are being hunted. Service members are being doxxed for stating their opinions on things that were expressed by someone that passed. Okay. And now someone who is close friends with the President of the United States is allowed to make comments like this about an elected official. Yet, I thought we were having a discussion about ending political violence. So, posting comments like this is not violent. And this is only one of a few that she posted. I'm trying to be very mindful of my words because, you know, now if I were to post something like that, or if I were to say something like that, but then people will love to say, well, I don't have free speech because I decided to serve and protect my country. So that means that I don't have free speech. I can't say how I deem something to be offensive. I'm not allowed to say that I find certain things offensive. I cannot be offended because the powers that be have decided to embolden certain people who have made very offensive and dangerous remarks against myself and people that look like me. It's literally like I'm being gaslit. I feel like I'm in a relationship with a narcissist, and I'm literally screaming at the top of my lungs, and that narcissist's friends and family is like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. We don't know what he's perfectly fine. He loves you. He takes care of you. He treats you right. And you're like, no, he don't. I'm being abused and no one, you know what? I'm just going to smile. Everything's okay. No, everything's not fucking okay. Everything is not fucking okay. And I feel like I'm losing my goddamn mind. I feel like I cannot come on the internet and express how I feel, even though I expressed it in a very mindful and tasteful way, because me stating that, hey, I think this is disrespectful, this was hurtful, this is rude, this is racist, like stating that something is racist can now get someone fired is crazy. Is crazy. I feel like I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. Like, what is going on, bro?
This is why you don't create a safe space for racists. So Laura Loomer decided to go on the internet and call Jasmine Crockett a ghetto black B-word. So if you don't know who Laura Loomer is, it's this bitch. Because Laura was upset that Jasmine Crockett called it what it is. He said watching her colleagues side with a bigot and a racist was disheartening. So Laura Loomer used her jigsaw face to go ahead and call Jasmine Crockett outside her name. And then she tried to use a misrepresentation of AAVE, using words like funna and... Mind you, she was using it wrong. She obviously doesn't understand the vernacular enough to even use it. She was just using it to be disrespectful. But this is what I'm talking about. These racist people have no space in our society. All they do is block progress and talk about bathrooms. And for all 95 Democrats that signed to get Charlie Kirk a holiday, are your Republican buddies gonna sign to make sure that the Epstein list is released? Or were you just used as a pawn for their game? And where are the 95 Democrats who signed to get Charlie Kirk his holiday? Are you gonna talk about how this type of behavior is inappropriate? No, instead you're gonna side with the racists. Got it.
People like Laura Loomer hate themselves. And I think the more we accept this, the more the things that they say make sense. These people want their external world to be as hateful and chaotic as their internal world. You know, there's that saying that depression is hate turned inward. Well, a lot of people feel better when their hate is turned outward. Because the only thing worse than being miserable is being miserable on your own. And I didn't really understand this until I became a happy person myself. Because when I was a teenager, I hated myself. And for the most part, my hate was turned inward. That's why I was depressed. But there absolutely came times when my hate was turned outward. When I would call random strangers on the internet ugly and say things that I knew would make them feel bad about themselves. When in fact, all of the things that I said to them was a reflection of how I felt about myself. Because if you think about it, typically the things that you say to hurt someone else are things that would hurt you. Like today, I would actually never call someone ugly because it's not a word that actually has any weight for myself. But what we see with a lot of people with racist and conservative ideology is that very often the things that they say and think about whole swaths of ethnicities and races are actually all about how they truly feel about themselves. Because the things that they're saying about millions of other people can't actually be true. That's not how the world works. There's good and bad in every single race and ethnicity and nationality. And so that's why when you see people like Laura Loomer, who spit this venom at people, say the most disgusting things about people she doesn't even know, what you're actually seeing is how she truly feels internally about herself. And the sooner we realize this, the better.
Isn't it wild that all this is happening because a black man was president? Like the idea that we were kind of equal, but not really, completely went away when Barack Obama became president. And they tried to gaslight us when he was in office. So like things like the tan suit, the infamous tan suit, and how that wasn't presidential. But yet we have a current president who wears a baseball cap that says MAGA on it. We have his advisor who's currently spiraling on Twitter, calling black representatives in, the House of Representatives all types of nasty names that I can't say on this platform because it would get this video banned. I never thought that racism would be so blatant and people would not care. There is no political correctness. There is no, people don't care. It's just all out there. But yet, if you say you do not care and you were not moved and you had no empathy towards a certain death, you're going to lose your job. Okay. It's so blatant. It's so blatant. And yet they're still trying to gaslight us. Yet they're still trying to say, hey, it ain't that. It ain't that, but it is that. We are living in walking racism.
Laura Loomer is comfortable saying these things about Jasmine Crockett because there are no consequences for being anti-black. This is one of the most trusted advisors of the President of the United States right now, openly calling a sitting Congresswoman a ghetto black. So then when she was called out by people like Jamel Hill, she doubles down. Insanity. If Jasmine Crockett was to say something like this about Laura Loomer, who's a Jewish woman, the ADL would have put out about 15 damn statements calling this anti-Semitic. Congress would have passed a resolution condemning her and anti-Semitic hate. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. We don't take any blackness serious.
What? Laura Loomer, I beg your finest colonizing pardon. How very... Laura Loomer makes me wish the rapture was real. Because some people just need to be deleted, you know what I mean? There's more help that's needed that cannot be provided in this ancestral plane. Do you know what I'm saying? And Jasmine Crockett's gonna flame her. That's not what this is about. But why are you here? Your party defends Nazis and pedophiles. We're not the same. We're not the same. Okay? All right. You guys have a good one.
Laura Loomer attacks Jasmine. Well, that's not Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer attacks Jasmine Crockett over on X, stating, "It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black bitches who hate America serving in Congress." Trailer Park Loomer is jealous because she butchered her own face trying to steal the natural features of black women, but ended up looking like Jigsaw instead. Jasmine Crockett at 44 still looks fresher and younger than Loomer at 32 years of age. Laura Loomer is a two-time loser. She ran for Congress twice, and the American voters rejected her twice. And even with all of the advantages this country hands white women, she still couldn't win. She latched onto Trump like a groupie, kissed his ass, and he still tossed her aside like the trash she really is, just like everyone else does. Even though Loomer has most of the advantages of a white society that was built just for her success, she still somehow managed to be a less than mediocre, unaccomplished failure, and she's seething because she has to watch Jasmine Crockett, a brilliant black woman, do everything that Trailer Park Loomer tried really hard to do but couldn't. Jasmine Crockett is a highly educated, successful lawyer with her own firm, a sitting two-term congresswoman, a huge star in the media, and she did it with fewer resources, none of the white privilege, none of the botched plastic surgery or male validation. She did it with brains, talent, and determination, all while wearing the natural, full black lips Loomer tried but failed to duplicate. Meanwhile, the only attention Laura Loomer gets is from acting like a Trailer Park Jerry Springer guest who picks childish fights with people on the internet like a bitter, washed-up, racist mean girl who's waiting to be handed her little participation trophy from the predator men she puts into power.
You ain't demure, honey. You're diabolical. You ain't demure, you're them hands, baby. You ain't cutesy, you're petty. And that's all right, baby. That's okay. You loud. That's wonderful. I love it.
And on today's episode of Love and Hip Hop Politic Edition, hey guys, it's your girl Gentray Hay, and this woman here, name is Laura Loomer, and she's been having an ongoing beef with Jasmine Crockett, and it's getting a little spicy, okay? Real spicy, if you ask me. They have a ongoing beef, and you know, nowadays politics is just clapbacks, okay? We might as well add a rap beat to it because it's getting nuts. Let me tell you what she said in her recent tweets, basically aiming at Jasmine Crockett. Y'all go ahead and pause and read, but it basically says, Jasmine, homeboys and homegirls are big mad. I called her what she is. Ghetto. I guess I'm finna watch my back. God forbid Shaniqua pops a cap in my beep. You feel me? Why these be trifling? Girl, if you finna play with me, you best be ready for the truth. I be spitting on your weave. I can spit mad bars, Jasmine. Baby girl don't like the taste of her own medicine. You feel me? Let me ask you a question. Is a black job when I expose your boss for being a racist hood rat who enjoys promoting political violence? I'm going to ask you this question. If you have tips around Jasmine and her staff, send them here. Y'all comment below.
Being a black woman in America is exhausting AF, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna insert a picture right here of some stuff that's going on in the media, so you guys pause and read. It's gonna be right here. What in the actual F is going on? These people get a mic, they get a camera, they set up, and they think the words that's coming out their mouth is actual factuals. And I'm not talking about people who just content create, they give their think pieces. There are people that call themselves political activists, and I'm talking about Laura Loomer, however you say her name. And she has literally been for years trying to rage bait black women into responding and giving her some energy. Well, you called and I've answered because Miss Ma'am, Miss Mamas, Miss Thing, I don't know what got in that little mind of yours. It could be all the Botox, all the fillers, whatever you got going on with your facial structure that has impacted your thinking capability. For you to speak on a congresswoman, not somebody that just a regular, girl like me, not saying that it would have been right, but, regular girl like me who has no type of political platform, who has no type of background, who is not, educated to the highest extent of the highest extent of the highest extent. You decide to part those big old lips of yours and say, ghetto black
B words about a congresswoman, someone who has done what you tried to do twice and failed. The problem that I have is black women, we keep having to take the high road. Baby, those days are over. We try to take the high road. Even in Georgia, there was a governor or a lady who was running for governor, Stacey Abrams, who had all the credentials, had everything you can think of. They still did not elect her because she was black. We'll just call a spade, right? So now we got this lady who is a political activist, a far, what do you say, right, left, however. She's on the farthest side of what she wants to be. She wants to be a MAGA affiliate so bad. Donald Trump has came out his mouth and said she's not affiliated. The VP has came out his mouth and said she's not affiliated with them. However, they still are talking to her in close proximity. The problem that I'm having with black women, yes, we're going to keep taking the high road. We're not going to do anything that's going to cause us to lose our careers, be incarcerated, anything like that. But we're going to speak on it. Ghetto, black, B words is something we'll never be, right? When we think of the word ghetto, right? Who is getting food stamps more? Is it black women or white women? Quickly. Check them statistics. Hello. Who is dealing with poverty more? The reason why the numbers never made sense to me, y'all, it never made sense. If black people make up 13% of the population, how in the world would we be the highest population on these government assistance programs? How? It doesn't, the numbers don't make sense, especially when you think about these rural red states. How? Right? Okay, so I say all that to say, the day of black women just zipping it, baby, we're not going to zip it. We're going to use our coin purse. We're going to use our education. We are finna step to the highest degree when it comes down to speaking on us. Now, yes, we're minding our business, but you better watch your mouth. Thank you.
So, Trump's little bestie, Laura Loomer, has called herself out and let the world know what a racist piece of shit she is. On X, speaking about Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, here's what she said. Homeboys and homegirls are big mad I called her what she is. Ghetto. I guess I finna watch my back. God forbid Shaniqua pops a cap in my ass. You feels me. That is what she said about Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. It does not stop there, though. Today, speaking about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, she called her a jihadist. She said, jihadist Congresswoman Ilhan Omar just went on MSNBC to cry about me calling for her to be charged for aiding and abetting Islamic terrorists after President Trump called her out on Truth Social for her radical behavior and her immigration fraud. Laura Loomer, Trump's bestie, is clearly extremely racist. Extremely. I didn't find this myself. I'm not going to take credit for this. I have friends who are very involved in politics who send me this. A lot of this stuff I find myself, and if I find it, I don't credit other people, but this, thank you, Kennedy, for sending me this. I would not have known if you didn't send it to me. But we should know when people are extreme racist. Laura Loomer, you're an extreme racist.
Now, why do they keep telling us that we're taking it out of context when the context is always so much worse? Laura Loomer, a Republican, took to X to explain her feelings about Jasmine Crockett. It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black bitches who hate America serving in Congress. Now, after being called out for what I can only describe as racist tweets, Laura Loomer had more to say. Jasmine Crockett's homeboys and homegirls are big mad I called her what she is.
This is all I got from this video, and the bigotry and the racism and all the rhetoric has always been there. When I said we never bore with them, I will never bore with them. Jasmine Crockett know what she's saying. She is right. And to my greatest surprise, 95 Democrats actually voted for Charlie Kirk to be recognized and celebrated after his death. 95, including, I will not stop saying, including Cory Booker. Cory also, he was one of the people that voted. Let me tell us something. Sometimes I don't even know who I am standing with. because all those people kind of you don't know you can't tell their front, you can't tell their back. So I will continue to avoid all of them. And why did you see? She has also proven Jasmine Crockett's fear and explanation by endorsing him is like also endorsing other people. She has also made it clear that she is a living one. Maybe by the time she's no more, they will mount one for her with her filler chick. That is, I don't know where she got it from, but maybe Shane, because it doesn't look right. But I will keep that aside. Why all these things are being encouraged, Lauren Loomer and some of them, that they come online to say some certain things about my own people, is because they are being encouraged. There is no law. There is no bill for anti-blackness. As long as you are anti-black, you will flourish. As long as you are anti-black, you are good. Nothing bad will happen to you. You are doing great. You are flourishing. And that is what she has tested too. God have mercy that sometimes I feel like people do not have censor. Not just having censor, some people do not have moral grounds, right? Some people are not disciplined. That are, in the end, people around them will continue to behave like this, because except it takes only a well-disciplined child to see her mother being this crazy and not come out crazy, or not come out racist. Let me say it the way it is, and not come out racist. They have been showing us who they are. Black people know, and black people are avoiding and trying all they can. Now, when Jasmine Crockett was talking, she mentioned that the rhetoric that man spewed when he was alive was very bad for my people and other people of color. She wasn't only protecting us, she was also extending hands to other people. That tells a lot too. Racism is a disease, actually, and it doesn't have any cure. Nothing can cure it. Some were born with it, some learned it, and some of them would eventually pass with it. Yeah. It's a very huge disease that has eaten deep into the system, especially American system, that might not be cured. And if it is not also controlled, it continues to spread, because it is already spreading. Someone is trying to stop you all stupidity, because it is affecting my people and other people. But who is anybody to stop you without mouth like this? She looks like a caricature, actually. A very good caricature. How many times have you seen someone's face like that? I wish somebody had made joke to her. I mean, she's Jewish, right? That's when you hear anti-Semitic, anti-Semite, anti-Sem-Sem, anti-Semi. There is nothing you won't hear, because there is something protecting them. There is nothing for us. When you talk about it, you talk too much. When you speak on it, Black people speak a lot. When you say or talk about how it's affecting your community, they tell you stop talking about it. That has been years ago. It's been decades. Gaslighting 101. That's what I call them. Continue to keep your head high. Jasmine Crockett, I don't know what to tell you, but one thing I am going to say is that you got so much love from Black people. That is something that I see. I have said that several times here when I post her. She is a Black educated woman. You are speaking for so many people. And your voice, I hear you. I understand you. I believe everything you say, especially when it comes to defending us, Black people and other people. We see your handwork. We know you are doing great, but they are throwing that how can this woman got everything? Like, she is really educated. She is beautiful too. She is outspoken. She got it, when she talk politics, when she talk law, she comes with the terms. When you talk about politics, there are terms to politics. There are terms to law. The same thing with other people. When you speak that way, man, I am jealous because, man, it's not everybody can do it. Right? She cannot comprehend because she can't say she with great terms. The only thing they know how to do best is bullying, which I ain't taking them anywhere. Paraventure, Jasmine Crockett leaves United States, come to Africa or come to anywhere black this thing. She will also establish, I don't know what she will establish. Lauren Loomer, I don't know what she will maybe a filler, Botox. She might be able to open a Botox, whatever, that where you go there, they inject you sand as filler, that your cheek will turn out like this. Because I see it on her face already. That's what she will produce. Bye for now.